I put this shit on everything. Sushi, chicken nuggets, soup, peanuts, packing peanuts, my dog. Today, we will be making Sichuan Aioli, aka chili oil mayo. This will put every spicy mayo you've ever had to shame. So first, we will make a chili oil from scratch. And next, use it to make our aioli. You'll feel an urge to squirt it on everything you eat. Which is fine, just don't be that guy who brings his own condiments to restaurants. You do not want to be that guy. To make our chili oil, we will start with a quart of neutral oil in our pan. Then, we will add in a few star anise. If you can't find any star anise, you can substitute 1 glug of absinthe. You thought I was going to make an anus joke, didn't you? Next, add in a few cloves, a stick of cinnamon, and a bunch of Sichuan peppercorns. We're essentially gathering all the spices for Chinese 5-spice, except for fennel seed. Fennel seed is no longer allowed back in the 5-spice gang after I made anti-Semitic comments on Twitter. And finally, 2 bay leaves and 4 cloves of garlic. We will add them slightly bruised, just like my ego after watching MasterChef Junior. Now bring the oil to a simmer. You'll want the oil to stay between 225 and 250 Fahrenheit for roughly half an hour. To monitor the oil's temperature, I use an infrared thermometer. Just make sure your cat isn't watching you cook before using any lasers. In a large, heat-proof bowl, add a bunch of Sichuan chili flakes. Or if you can't find any, the closest substitute would be Ed Sheeran's dandruff. Now we will take a sieve and strain our hot oil into the chili flakes. This may cause the oil to foam up, so be careful. You will know you did it correctly if it sounds like there are pop rocks in your oil. Season your oil using salt while it is still hot enough to dissolve your salt, and let it come to room temperature before jarring it. To make our aioli, we will need chilled chili oil, so we will leave it in our fridge overnight. It is easier to emulsify chilled chili oil. Now to make the aioli, we will strain the oil from the chili flakes. We want 6 ounces of filtered oil. You can add the flakes back at the end, but if you're putting it in a squeeze bottle like I am, it'll clog the nozzle like a kidney stone. Ugh! Sorry, I just thought about how bad kidney stones would be if they were spicy. Now, we will add 2 more ounces of neutral oil. You can adjust the oil ratio based on how spicy you want it. For the immersion blender, crack an egg into the bottom of the blender cup. Add a splash of soy sauce. This will help awaken the chili oil's flavor. And add a splash of Ponzu sauce for tang. You could also use black vinegar if you're into that. And now gently layer the oil on top. Place your blender firmly against the bottom and start blending while not moving. Once it gets going, you can start lifting the blender slowly. It should emulsify into a beautiful orange mayo. At this point, your aioli should be pretty thick, which means it will be hard to funnel into a squeeze bottle. All that endurance from those late nights alone will finally come in handy. Make sure to label your aioli so people don't think it's just regular Chipotle mayo. That would be embarrassing. Now you can either drizzle your aioli, or you can dip into it. It will have that complex chili oil flavor with a spicy background, all brought together by its creamy texture. It'll be perfect for my closet demon's favorite snack, pentagram crackers.